Hewitt's junior kickoff.
Kickoff between Trussville and Thompson is coming up next.
Let us catch all your insurance needs as fast as the Huskies run the football.
We've been protecting clients since 1952, and we'd love the chance to serve you.
We are proud supporters of Trussville Athletics.
Go Huskies!
Not camera-wise, I hear you audio. I'm ready when y'all are. You don't hear anything? We don't hear ourselves or you hear.
In the South, many of us are about three things. We're about faith, we're about family, and we're about football. And right now, it's football time. So from everybody on the Trussville location of Faith Community Fellowship, we want to say, go Huskies.
And welcome in, everybody. Broadcasting live from Husky Field at Hewitt Trussville Stadium tonight. I'm Tim Melton. We are back here with you on the Warrior Nation Network. It is an absolute pleasure to serve as your official host representing Thompson High School and the community of Alabaster throughout the season. Tonight's broadcast and all Warrior Nation Network broadcasts are brought to you by Central State Bank. Central State Bank is the official banking partner of Thompson Athletics. Are you looking for a local banking partner to meet your personal, business, or mortgage needs? Look no further than Central State Bank. Call or stop by a branch today. We are counting down the minutes until Thompson once again takes the field, this time against an undefeated Hewitt Trussville, who are hosting your Warriors as they meet in yet another high-stakes game that's going to attract a lot of attention and a lot of talk. This is the type of test that Thompson's prepared for, and it's going to be a heavyweight bout here on the road in an extremely hostile environment within the region against the team being billed as the best in the state. The cheerleaders, the Marching Southern Sounds, and the Warrior Faithful are all ready to bring their best tonight as we're ready to cover all the action for you. You can help support your squad all season long by joining us here on the Warrior Nation Network. I'm now proud to bring in the voice of the Warriors. That's Matthew Moyer. Matthew, Thompson has not lost to a Class 7A Region 3 foe all season long, and minus some flashes of resistance by regional opposition, none of the final outcomes have really been close on the scoreboard. The Warriors have outscored three region opponents at a remarkable pace of 145-3. However, this is by far the toughest test in region to date, especially on the road. I expect us to see Hewitt's best punch this evening. When it comes to big-time high school football and control of the region, all the hype surrounding tonight's matchup is very real.
Turn out the lights if you are the last one out of town. This is the biggest game in the state of Alabama tonight. There is no doubt about it. This is going to be a monumental test for both of these squads. One of them is going to walk away in the driver's seat for Region 3. The other one is going to need some help. Both of these teams are dialed in. There's no love lost. It's a great rivalry, a lot of fun here tonight, and the sun sets over the top of the stadium. The sun's going to set on someone's regional championship hopes here in just about 25 minutes.
I like it, painting the picture. Matthew, we came up short on the road last week against, we've been doing this for a hot minute now, and I feel like we both know that Thompson's trained for strong bounce-back performances. It's part of the formula with what's been instilled in these young men for years. It's nothing new. It's a philosophy that's been put into action time and time again. I expect to see all of that training, that championship mindset, that experience play a big role here tonight. Do you have that same expectation?
Yeah, I absolutely do. One of the things that we talked to head coach Mark Freeman about on Wednesday night at the coaches show was bringing the joy back into the game. He said sometimes he feels like his team's afraid to lose instead of excited for the opportunity to win. I think they've worked very hard this week in getting that mindset back. I think that we're going to see that translate tonight to the field well. And one thing that I did want to add, as the three of us were taking our seats, we're seated right behind Cam Pritchett's family. He lost his grandmother yesterday, and so our prayers and our heartfelt condolences go out to that wonderful Pritchett family.
Absolutely. The Thompson faithful, definitely a family-like atmosphere here each and every Friday night and really throughout the course of every day of the week. We're blessed to be joined yet again by Warrior Nation Network color analyst Brian Pavlik. Brian, last week was a weird one. What do you chalk that loss up to, and what do some of the numbers tell you right now about the current state of the Thompson Warriors?
I chalk it up to I was too close to the action. Now I'm further back where I need to be, away in my natural habitat. But no, it was weird from the moment that we arrived and we just sat there and said, boy, this is like arena football. And then it's just a weird vibe of a Thursday night game against a 6A opponent and all that. And again, I do not want to belittle Clay's win last week. That was impressive. One of the best wins that you will see all season.
A bounce back win.
But if you look at what we went through last week, it's as Coach Freeman said, we got talent now on tape. Meaning, it's not a setback, it's a set up. And that setup is for the rest of the season, including 4 region games, none bigger than tonight. Because as Matthew has said, the winner of this, you're comfortable. You're not clinched, but you're comfortably in that first seeded position where you will have home field throughout the playoffs. But what you also have is the opportunity to not only show yourselves, your community, but you're here to show the region and the state you are still where that 7A championship runs through. It's not up here in Trussville. It's through exit 238 off of 65. We call it Alabaster, Alabama.
And I'll bet you if he was given the chance, and obviously we have no ability to manipulate the schedule at all, but given the chance, I would bet you that Coach Freeman would not want to be 145-3 on the score leading into that game. It really makes it hard to get people's attention when you've had your first teamers play first and most of the second quarter, and then they're done for the night.
That's a great point. Brian, sitting at 6-0, these Huskies are hungry to unseat Thompson as top dog in the region based on recent experiences. You just look at the way this program is built here, and you can tell it's been on their agenda for a while. Tell us a little bit more about how Hewitt Trussville got to this game undefeated on the season, ready to try and validate themselves even further once the official kick occurs here in mere moments.
Nobody in Alabaster wants me to say this, but if you could have a twin in the central Alabama region for Thompson, Hewitt's probably it. If you think about how close it is to downtown Birmingham Metro, you think about the suburbs, you think about the community, the football programs have been around almost the same amount of time.
The colors?
The colors. I mean, everything. Now, and we didn't have a power outage. We're going to have a light show here tonight too, guys, so just be prepared for that at home. But these two programs are so identical in the way that they love their sports and their communities and they get behind each other. But that's about where it stops, because what you have is a big difference in offensive production. Whereas we're going to attempt to be a little bit more pass happy as it seemed this year. This is a Husky team. They go Husky fast. I should have trademarked it before they do, but they probably have. They're going to go Husky fast by going about 70% rushing. The good news about that is we have seen that type of offense 3-4 times already this season. They have yet to see a pocket quarterback passer like Trent Seaborn. That might be the difference. But how they've gotten here, they have padded the stats against non-region opponents, and then in region play, they've come back to earth just a little bit. We're talking to the tune of about 20 points difference when you add offensive and defensive production. So, good job, Hewitt. You scheduled well out of region. Now it's time for the biggest game in region play. It's going to be a wonderful game.
It is. Let's now continue to profile the Warriors as Brian has tonight's starting lineup full of notable faces presented by Chick-fil-A. From breakfast on the run to dinner with the family, Chick-fil-A makes every meal easy and delicious. Hot chicken, fresh salads, and those famous nuggets, always served with a smile. That's Chick-fil-A. Brian, who are we set to see here on the road under the lights tonight, beginning with the offense?
Well, I really like the fact that we are consistent with our offensive line, and that is left to right, Jared Fikes, Tommy Williams, Connor Cannell, Leighton Wall, Parker Middlestat. That's one senior returner in Parker Middlestat. The rest have grown up in front of our eyes. But then you start talking about those wide receivers, and my goodness, what a trio you have here where the top three all have more than combined for 54 catches, over 1,000 yards with 9 TDs. That's Dedrick Kimbrough, Price Lewis, and Darian. Through backfield, you were lined up with Trent Seaborn, now with over 7,997 career passing yards. He might eclipse 8,000 tonight, but he's flanked in the backfield by R.J. Evans, now over 1,000 rushing yards for his career, and of course that wonderful tight end blocking ability with Tanner Amon.
Let's go ahead and look at the defense, because this defense has played very strong all season long.
And the defensive line is where the game is going to be won tonight, because these three individuals, 56 combined tackles for loss and 21 sacks in their careers. Noah Streeter, Wesley Gover, and Cam Pritchett. If they get penetration on a running quarterback that is undersized tonight, look out and look for those tackles for loss up, up, up. Go to that second level, you've got some wonderful linebackers in Chance Strong. 28 solo tackles leads the team, by the way. Then you got number 6, Kevin Davis, number 9, Colton Moore, and number 44 with the flowing locks, Chauncey Allo. If you want to throw on this defense, get ready, because the DBs, 3 of their first 6 games, our defensive MVP has come from the secondary. That's Trent McCorvey, that's Terry Robinson, that's Micah Fleming, and Eli King. I don't see a weakness, even against what happened at Clay last week. This is where I think this team is shining, because they're going to get back to smaller line, but they're also going to have a 9th grader throwing the football if he decides to get greedy. Look out.
Very well done, Brian Pavlik there with your Chick-fil-A starting lineups. There's a lot more to cover here on the Warrior Nation Network in mere moments, as we're set to see the Warriors try to silence the Huskies here on the road. Let's now go ahead and talk about some of the all-important weather conditions in tonight's contest, as it's currently 68 degrees with some clouds hanging overhead tonight, but really a beautiful evening for some football here on this October night for the biggest game in the state of Alabama this evening. This weather report's been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Speaking of B-dubs, Matthew, as mentioned, you had the privilege of sitting down with head coach Mark Freeman at the Buffalo Wild Wings there in Alabaster Wednesday night for the coaches show. Another job well done by you. He stressed that the young Floyd guys we're going to see on the field tonight on both sides of the ball are savvy young men raised by their coach, and it's going to take the best Thompson game of the season to slow them down. He seemed to really enjoy y'all's time together this week previewing the big game tonight.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was a good opportunity. He was ready to put last Thursday night behind him, start looking forward. One thing that he reminded me, the audience, and everyone in Warrior Nation of, everything that we want to accomplish is still in front of us. That begins here in about 13 minutes, and he is exactly right.
There are some that may be wondering if there's going to be a coaches show this week. This is an off week for the coaches show because we have the final regular season home game of the year coming up for homecoming.
That is correct. Our coaches show is Wednesday nights of a football road game. Next Friday night will be homecoming, and so we will give Coach Freeman next Wednesday night off. After that, we're right back over to Buffalo Wild Wings. That show kicks off at 6:30. We're going to do the first 2/3 of the show with head coach Mark Freeman. The last third of the show, we've had some great guests this last week. head coach Major Deacon, and he was fabulous.
Awesome guy. He said his favorite movie was The Prestige, Tim. That's right up your alley.
Yes, Christopher Nolan directed that one, and it is one of his most underrated movies
Absolutely.
for sure in his filmography. We appreciate Buffalo Wild Wings. If you love all those sauces, all those wings, head on over to Buffalo Wild Wings and place your order either in store or online today. We'll be right back with more of this Warrior Nation Network pregame show as we broadcast live from Hewitt, Trussville.
At Dunn's HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, we know how hard it is to find a dependable company you can trust. The time-consuming effort can be frustrating and overwhelming. We believe what matters is getting back to what's important to you. Dunn's HVAC Plumbing and Electrical is built upon honesty, integrity, and also trust. We are your local choice for all your HVAC plumbing and electrical needs, serving Calhoun, Jefferson, Shelby, and surrounding areas. Visit our website at callduns.com to schedule your appointment for dependable service done right.
$20, I can name all 26 beat-up sauces.
Tim just found out his job is a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay.
Would hearing about the sauces cheer you up?
Mango habanero, Nashville hot, Shaman jalapeno, mild, wild, medium.
Welcome back in to our Countdown to Kickoff pregame show here on the Warrior Nation Network. We've introduced both Matthew and Brian down on the field for us again here, but for the first time in October is our sideline reporter, Christina Chambers.
Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well in the stands. We finally have some cooler weather, and let me tell you what Coach Freeman has talked to his team this week. They are relaxed down here, warming up. They seem confident coming off that loss against Clay. Coach says they just need to know all elements of the game, and we can't lose momentum, especially playing on the road here at Hewitt Trussville. Now, he says that they want to start off on defense. If they win the coin toss, they want to start off on defense. You talked about that defensive line being the key here today. He knows it, and for them, they're going to need to get off the field on third down and trying to eliminate plays from that Husky fast offense.
Thank you so much for that report, Christina. We'll be checking in with you all game long. We are getting ready here for the national anthem. We'll come back with our keys to victory presented by Full Moon. Let's head down to the field to pay respect to our country.